After setting her goal and choosing appropriate assessments, Lindsay decides to make some changes to the methods and materials in her math lesson.
I reworked the lesson, and I changed some things around. So, under providing multiple means of representation, I had spoken previously about just posting, the math message on the board, and the fact that some of my students wouldn't be able to see that very well from their desks. So I provided the options for students to either sit closer or to have a worksheet with the text on their desk. For my few students that really had difficulty reading and wouldn't have been able to do that independently, I was fortunate to have some laptops in my classroom, so I was able to just type those up quickly and provide them with some headphones to do text-to-speech. So that really helped that situation a lot. In terms of the cutting disaster, I just eliminated that. I didn't think that that was a goal that I needed to tackle in that math lesson, because I could do a whole lesson or a whole unit on the skill of cutting and pasting and working on those skills, but that really wasn't related to what I needed them to do now. So I just eliminated that, and that took care of that barrier totally. After doing the math message, one thing that I added was I found a really great video clip that sort of reinforced the concept of halves and wholes, which we had been working on, previously in this unit, but I thought it was important to sort of give them something to sort of trigger their memory, ease us into this lesson, because this is a big concept for third graders that have not seen mixed numbers before. This is a big deal, so I wanted to reinforce that with them and sort of have a moment to review. Also, I was fortunate to have a smart board in my classroom at that time. So, bringing the technology in and starting the lesson that way with something that was sort of motivating and engaging for them to pay attention to really helped the way that the lesson went. In terms of the actual mini lesson, having sort of gotten rid of all of those scissor activities and those things that they were previously crumpling and, paper all over the place, it was so much better. I just did it, and demonstrated it quickly. It helped the lesson move much more quickly and got us all off the rug and onto our activities, much more quickly and efficiently. And when it came time for activities, I completely reworked that section. I had mentioned before that these materials, this outline of the lesson had been, given to me. It was a curriculum that we had in the school. And, I really hadn't explored all the options that had come with that lesson. There were a lot of extension activities that were suggested and some materials that I didn't have to recreate. They were sort of already there. I just had to go look for them and maybe tweak a few of them for specific needs of the students in my class. So I was able to find activities surrounding this topic that dealt with a number line, that dealt with pattern blocks on the floor, some pencil and paper work for students that like that. I was able to easily find online, games and activities to have like a little computer station going on. So I was able to really expand the types of activities that students were, able to choose from during the independent work time to sort of master that goal. And I was able to do that because I had taken the means out of the goal. No longer were we confined to student math journal pages 197, 198. Now I just needed them to learn, about fractions. So I can do that in all sorts of different ways.